beekeeping bad?
Oh,
Hot topic.
Really hot.
I wanted
So hot.
to do this one because I self-identify as an infrequent beekeeper. In that, for 2 years...
In your bio.
Oh, yeah, I should put that in, actually.
Should be in the bio.
Infrequent beekeeper. For 2 years, I kept honeybees.
I keep forgetting this, actually, that you did this. You're in your real era there.
Just my real era.
You're in your real era.
Well, there was quite a lot of reasons why. I mean, we as a human race have been keeping bees, honeybees specifically, for about 9,000 years. So, but essentially, like the life cycle of a honeybee and the way their colonies work as one, it's like they all pull together to survive the colony as a whole. It's so fascinating. Basically, I just got really interested, and I spotted that there was a beekeeping course for 60 quid in Bath for 3 weekends in a row, and they would let you go and actually have a go at beekeeping.
Not fill up the trays. That's what the bees do. Lift up the trays.
You can lift the frames. Yeah.
Frames. Sorry, frames.
You're going to get all the jargon.
Frames.
If I jargon you, tell me. So you could go into the types of hives that we kind of use as standard and see what's going on. And it's just so, I mean, you can literally peek at the life cycle, and it's such a privilege to be like, well, what are you guys doing? So I basically got really carried away. I was like, I'm just going to do a beekeeping course. Yeah. But everybody else on the course was like, well, where are you going to put your bees? Well, I'm getting my bees in my garden, blah, blah, blah. And then long story short, I ended up with bees. And there was a very lovely lady called Judy who allowed us to keep our bees in her walled garden, where, with the argument being, you know, she's got an orchard, got a veg patch, lots of fruit.
Great for that.
Good for pollination. Also, I thought, right, bee chemistry and biology lesson. Honeybees connect pollen and nectar from plants. They'll also go and drink water and take some water as well. Pollen is what they feed to their young. Yeah, they need a source of water as well. If you're beekeeping, you've got to make sure there's a good pond or reservoir or something nearby. But pollen is what they feed to the young larvae, whereas the nectar is the thing that gets chewed up, jangles about with all the enzymes in their stomach, and then gets effectively regurgitated back into the frames, into the comb that they've built into the frames. And that's what eventually becomes honey. And they're crazy clever, right? They use their wings to dehydrate this so that it becomes really syrupy. And that's how it gets to like the sugar content of honey, which is so sugary it doesn't go mouldy and it will last throughout the winter. Because when the flowers aren't out, they eat the honey that they stored over the summer to survive throughout the winter, because a small amount of the colony will
meal planning.
Hang out.
Yeah.
Very good meal planning.
Really, really good.
And the idea of beekeeping is they're really good at doing this. So they often make too much honey than they need for the winter. So if you can keep a colony happy and you've got them in your, you know, standard beekeeping hive, you can essentially skim off the extra honey that they make, but leave them with enough that they'll use.
Is that the comb?
Yeah, well, you can just get... So basically they live in a brood box at the bottom. That's where the queen's doing all her laying. And she's she can lay. She's fecund, much like... as a callback to an episode about fleas. She does a lot of laying. And then you have boxes above that she can't quite get into, but all the worker bees can, and that's where they store their honey. And you can stack those. And if there's loads of pollen around, loads of nectar around, then they can just keep producing. And so you can take boxes off, and then that's where you got your comb. And it's idyllic, right? You can see why I was like, yes, please.
It's you all over.
So the thing with honeybees are not in decline at all. They are not at risk of like species loss at all. And that's largely because they're very quite resilient, but B, loads of us love to beekeep. There are community beekeepers everywhere. You get them in urban environments, and it's very cool. You can have like hives on rooftops in cities and stuff.
So when you hear of pollinator decline, bee decline, that's bumblebees and solitary bees.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
So everybody's gone, save the bees, and instinctively thought, wow, these are the bees that I know.
Yeah.
Beekeeping is a good
using
thing.
a honeybee as a logo of a Save the Bee campaign.
Yeah.
That's quite common, isn't it?
But there's 270 species of bee in the UK. Like I said, most of them are solitary bees and bumblebees. Honeybee is just one species, and they're not the one that needs help. And the problem is, if we're all having loads of hives. Basically, honeybees are like really good foragers, but they're generalists. So they will just go nuts on whatever flowers are about. They're not as specialised to like one particular plant. And that means that they can be hugely competitive for any other pollinators in the area that don't also have the help of a person being like, yo, here's a house, I'm going to keep feeding you. You guys doing okay? Just check you for disease? Okay, fine. You know, like they're getting so much attention and focus. You're essentially farming honey. Like it is a kind of weird process as well. Yeah. So like large apiaries, so places where there are loads of hives, they can totally monopolise on nectar and pollen, which means there's way less for other native species, and those are the ones that
So they drain the local resources.
Drain the resource, yeah. Essentially, I thought honey would be a more sustainable alternative to like ultra-processed sugars and foods and stuff. And yes, it absolutely is. I'm still pro eating honey. But what I really want to talk about was make sure you're buying it local. Well, make sure you're looking after the other bees as well. Don't go into this being like, I'm going to beekeep. This is me saving the bees. You're not. Those bees don't need saving. You have pet bees. You're farming bees. They are livestock. Look after the other bees too.
Wild bees.
But like, if you're going to have honey, what you need to do is make sure that you're buying it locally from local pals, local friends. Go to community places.
Tastes so good too.
Tastes
local
so good.
Honey.
You should look at a rack of honey and be like, oh my God, there's 47 colours here. It should not all look the same. It totally depends on what they've been foraging, what the time of year is. You know, like chestnut honey is red and like balsam honey is bright white, and some of it crystallises and some of it's sloppy. But when you go into like Lidl's, Tesco's, whatever, you just see these jars of
just
orange.
monoculture.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. So my task for you and anyone else who eats honey, next time you go and buy a jar, have a look at the back. I want you to look for anything that says made with non-EU blends or non-EU honey. And that is an absolute no. Do not be buying non-EU blended honey. Here's why. Remember we talked about nectar, and nectar being the thing that they will forage for, that they turn into honey. In kind of the shoulder seasons of beekeeping, you can feed your bees blocks of sugar or sugar water when there is not enough nectar in the environment to keep that colony alive. And you can use that as a supportive mechanism. And what they will do is they'll eat that sugar water and then they'll regurgitate it into the comb and create like a honey-like, basically sugar swap. Fine to keep them going through seasons where there's not enough food. But in places outside of Europe, they're allowed to do that year round. So there are massive honey farms that will just be like really extensive, all the way to the horizon apiaries. You've got hundreds and thousands of colonies all stacked in close together. They are not even foraging on local flowers. They are being fed syrup year round. So it's not honey. The product you're getting is not honey. It's just getting regurgitated syrup. The bees are not being treated well. They're not having any of the pollination benefits elsewhere. And it's essentially factory farming.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah. So that is my stand. It's the bees aren't treated well. The product isn't good. If you're going to eat honey, brilliant. Don't think of it as a mechanism for saving bees, but it's still an okay thing to do. Just buy it locally. There are so many people
local
around
honey's
the UK.
So good as well. There's a really good place that does local honey about a mile from us, and it just tastes amazing.
So good.
So good. Remind us of what we need to look for on the label.
Anything that says like non-EU blends or a blend of EU and non-EU honey, no.
Absolutely
you only
not.
want UK-based
Stop
honey.
it.
Yeah, I'm afraid. It's even better if it's just like from somebody called Jan 2 roads away. You know?
Oh yeah, unlabelled.
Lovely.
Ideally.
Yes. So good.
Very good.
So that's
good
my
question.
honeybee.
Yeah, really good. Because I think honey's come into the conversation quite a lot because it's been quite a bad hay fever year.
Oh, right.
And so a lot of people have recommended, buy local honey, have a teaspoon of it a day.
Have you tried that? Does it work?
Well, I don't get hay fever. So I don't know.
Hang on. To the one person in the room that gets hay fever.
Oh, yes.
Mark.
Does it help?
Yeah, have
Is
you...
what you're asking? I think it does, yeah. I've never really stuck with it enough, though.
Is it a bit like having a vaccination against local pollen by just having a small hit of it and then your body...
Supposedly the more local it is, the better.